Hey, everybody. So, we're going to try this again. Last time there were some technical issues, and I'm sure had nothing to do with the topic of the conversation. Anyways, we're going to try this again. Now remember, you just got 20 social credit scores added for watching that, because everyone loves Winnie the Pooh, right? Anyways, let's see. It looked as though I was able to get Facebook fucking comments previously, so we will see. Anyways, I'm gonna try not to be super repetitive, but the first thing I discussed was Tim Pool. He got swatted. Now I discussed why I don't like swatting and how I've had people come after me for shit, right? And it's dumb. And people have tried to get me fired from my job. People have contacted my family. People have done all kinds of shit because they don't like things I say on the internet. Right? Now, that's dumb. If you feel the need to go after someone in the real world because you don't like their ideals or their ideas, it shows you have no way to back up your fucking beliefs. If you can't stand on merit and you feel the need to swat someone, you're a loser. You're an idiot. And good job, right? Now, sorry about that. I had to bring a little more light into the room. Maybe too much light, but I like the light. Now, grow up. Stop it. Now, for those that are interested in swatting me, as I said on the previous version, I live in a compound of multiple buildings surrounded with barbed wire fences. So, yeah, go ahead. Swat me if you think it makes you feel better. I'd rather you didn't, but whatever. Now, I got on a big side topic prior about defunding the police. You see, I am not super happy with the fact that the police, they spend a lot of time and a lot of energy enforcing stupid laws. Really, I don't think we should defund the police. I think we should shrink them down and let them focus on, I don't know, what actually matters. If I have someone breaking into my house, police generally don't come, in my experience. I have a hard time getting cops to show up to my house when I've been robbed. I told the story about I'd been robbed before, and the city police said call the sheriff. The sheriff said call state police. State police said call sheriff's department. And eventually, I just walked over to the person's house and let them know that if they gave me the stuff back, the cops wouldn't come. If they had an issue, I was armed, and people knew where I was. And they gave me the stuff back, and I never did hear from the cops. But if you call the cops and go, hey, my neighbor's got illegal drugs, they'll be there with a SWAT team right away. Because arresting someone for stealing my stuff doesn't get them paid. Not that big federal DEA money. So yeah. Not saying defund the police. Cops aren't bad people. I have family that are police officers. My brother is a police officer. But cops spend way more time driving around town, checking your license plate. Ooh, is the light shining on the rear license plate? Oh, are they using bolts or zip ties to hold their license plate on? Is the sticker to show that they paid their licensing fees on the right side? Oh, you're doing a 41 in a 35. It's all just, let me find ways to nickel and dime you. At least that's what it seems like a majority of police officers do. I would rather they focused on, I don't know, protecting and serving. Like, it is not a police officer's job to clear debris. Like, if a fucking pallet falls off a truck and it's in the middle of the road, I would much rather a police officer be like, all right, let me stop traffic, clear this, keep things safe, than, no, I gotta hide behind the sign and see if I can catch people driving too fast so I can get a paycheck. And I know they have quotas and they're forced into it, but yeah. In New York, the Manhattan DA is basically decriminalizing or making everything a misdemeanor unless it's homicide. So I can go and I can kick in the glass door to a restaurant. And cops will be like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I'll get the same treatment as if I show up and try to eat there without the jab. Not cool. Not cool. Now, if you are a fan of Blair White, which I am, I like Blair White pretty well. We don't agree on everything, but I appreciate her. And she's not a sycophant. Her latest video from today, she really shits all over Cuck Murphy. Yes, Jack Murphy, for those who are not familiar, is a guy on YouTube. Sorry. So basically, he's one of those manly men, but not men in tights. Tights. We roam about the forest looking for fights. You may. Sorry. Love the movie, by the way. Men in Tights. Mel Brooks. Carrie Yules. Like I said, this is the Rumbling Doc J for a reason. So, oh yeah, Jack Murphy. He charges people $100 a month to show them how to be manly men, which masculinity is definitely something that is not appreciated and it is attacked. And I absolutely support positive, healthy masculinity, just as I support healthy, positive femininity. Toxic masculinity sucks. Although people tend to say all masculinity is toxic, and that's a mistake. Just like feminism isn't bad. I used to be a feminist. Now, I haven't changed any of my views. I still believe what I used to believe: equality, uh, women deserve respect. Uh, I fucking dig girl power. I think a strong, confident woman is something I would love my daughters to grow up to be. I remember taking my girls to go see a movie that is all about girl power. But nowadays, girl power seems to be less yay women and more boo men. Like, can I go to the movies with my daughters and celebrate how awesome women can be without being attacked for not being a woman? Come on. So yeah, I'm not shitting on Jack Murphy for that. Now, Jack Murphy is called Cuck Murphy now because turns out he's a little bit of a cuckold. He likes to share his partner. Now, again, there is nothing wrong with that. Consenting adults doing consenting adult things, awesome. You're happy? Your old lady's happy? Hell yeah, I'm happy. Good for you. And way to own it and be fucking confident and brave and open-minded and be like, look, there is nothing wrong with embracing alternate. Oh, no, that's not what he did? Oh, he did it, wrote about it, but now it doesn't fit his narrative. So when it was brought up casually, he yells and screams at a woman and storms off and then lies about her and goes after her in the press. So people called him out on it, and then he goes after more people, tries to get this chick fired. Huh. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the, the Barbra Streisand effect, I believe. So, some dude made a website that was like showing, it was like showing the fucking coast of various fucking, the beach, right, for surfers. And website got like very, very small number of views. And then Barbra Streisand sued the motherfucker and said, no, you're showing my house. Violation of my privacy. First of all, no, he was showing the beach. Sure, wide angle, got it. She doesn't want people to know what her house looks like. No, that's reasonable. That is completely understandable. But she made such a big scene about it. Well, everybody went, wait, why is she suing this guy? What? Because, oh, I'm not supposed to see her house? Let me go ahead and download pictures of it. Because, oh, I'm not supposed to, wait, you don't want me to see that? Well, I'm going to go look at it now. So, what could have been just a, that's a private matter, a private sexual matter that I had been public about in the past, but I feel it should be private now. And that's all I'm going to say on the topic. Everyone will be like, all right, whatever. No, instead he's like, fuck you, man. Now everyone's fucking going after him, digging in his past, finding more shit to attack him for. And now they're doubling down on him, calling him Cuck Murphy, and he's a beta male, and it's a missed opportunity. He could have been like, yeah, I experimented in some sexual ways. I'm open-minded about things, and I am not ashamed of it. I would like to, move on. But yeah, no shame. Then a whole bunch of people that have similar beliefs are like, yeah, awesome. And then the people are like, well, he did this, and his fans are just like, yeah, no one cares. Move on. Nope, he just went about it the worst possible fucking way. So, in no way am I denigrating those who have open relationships or open interactions in your relationship, or are just like to have some fun. If you're a swinger, fuck yeah, be a swinger. Be a swinger with adults, and I got no complaints. Consenting adults doing consenting adult things. Good for you. Yelling and attacking an innocent woman because you're ashamed of what you've done, dude, own your own shit. Don't go after others. Now, hopefully, this will work and won't fucking shit the bed. There is a cool fucking story I would like to talk about. Boom. Now, this is a news story from the Good News Network. I like them. They try to share good news. So a hockey fan spots a cancerous mole on a staffer and gets a $10,000 medical school scholarship from a grateful team. Right? I don't know who these are in the picture, but Brian Hamilton, someone like holds up a cell phone to the glass that they have at hockey matches. Please go to the doctor about your mole. I think that might be her. So Nadia Popovici, right? She was following her medical training when she noticed that mole, and it's discolored, raised, and has irregular borders. Yeah, those are signs of melanoma. Good catch. Like, nice. And Brian's like, she saved my life. That's, you know what? I'm not going to say he's being extreme. It very well could have saved his life. I think it is very cool. Seattle Kraken, nice. She gave some friendly advice to a dude about something that could have easily been like embarrassing, like, oh, going after me for my mole. No, like, hey, go get your mole checked out. And he's like, oh, okay. By the way, you have cancer and caught it early. Nice. Him giving her $10,000 towards her school. That's awesome. That's a good story. I like it. Now, I like to do advice, and I fucking saved a question, an advice question. Now, when fucking everything shit to bed and had to restart everything, I lost it. So bear with me for a moment while I try to dig this up. Now, while doing that, I would like to bring up a new channel. Right? Motherfucker. I hate you. I hate you all. Sorry. All right. I'll have to deal with that later. So anyways, the advice question, I'm going to have to paraphrase. Hey, Darius. This dude is like, hey, my girlfriend wants to be a stripper, and I think that's cheating. What should I do? Now, there are invariably a million ways to look at this, but I prefer to look at things the right way. Now, it's not a question of whether or not it's right or wrong for your girlfriend to strip. It's not the question being asked, right? The question being asked is, should I dump her? I think it's cheating. There's a weird sound coming from outside. Sorry, I learned not to pull guns out on camera. They get mad. No, apparently there's just a animal rooting around outside. No reason to shoot anything at this moment. Now, it's not, is it right or wrong for my girlfriend to be a stripper? No. It's not even, do I have the right to break up with her, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not the question either. Should you dump your girlfriend for cheating? That's the question. Well, she's not cheating. Well, no. The poster said, I consider it cheating. Now, if my girlfriend or even wife were a stripper, I would not consider it cheating. Therefore, I would not dump my wife or girlfriend if they were a stripper. Now, if my significant partner were doing pornographic films with other people, with my permission, in my humble opinion, that's not cheating. Not saying I'm all on board with it, but it's not cheating if I'm okay with it, if I give permission. So, your girlfriend wants to be a stripper. You think it's cheating. Should you break up with her? This is the easiest advice question ever. Tell her, hey, I think stripping on stage, you know what? It feels like cheating to me. And I don't approve. And I think if you do that, then you are cheating on me. Be open. Be honest. Now, should you dump your girlfriend for cheating? Now, if it's like, oh, well, she's just stripping, then you don't think she's cheating. You might be unhappy with it and trying to guilt her into it. So, look. There are ladies out there who do not allow their partners to masturbate. They consider it cheating. He shouldn't get off unless I'm involved. Okay? There are some ladies out there who believe that you should not flirt or engage in perverse conversations with others. That's cheating. Okay? And there are those who think as long as you're wearing prophylactics, then it's not cheating. Okay? It's not about debating who's right and who's wrong. It's about matching up. Like, if you are not willing to do what your partner requires, then you're not bad, you're not wrong, you're not terrible. You're just with the wrong partner. Oh, I demand my husband not speak to women, not look at women, not fucking think about women while we have sex. Okay. Be open, be honest, tell your husband that, preferably before you're married, and he will make the decision, well, is that something I want to do? If he's like, yeah, I'm cool with that, then fine. Just be open, be honest, and be upfront. Do you want her to be a stripper? Sounds like no. You're thinking about dumping her over it. You don't need people to tell you you're justified in not. You don't need people to say you're justified in not liking something. Nah, man. I have an allergy to shellfish. I don't need your justification to be like, yeah, sorry, I'm not going to Red Lobster. Yes, I know I can. I can eat the biscuits, the cheddar biscuits, which people like. Or I can go to Long John Silver's and I can eat chicken. Yeah, I can. That's not wrong for going, hey, I'm going to Long John Silver's. If you want to come, come. If you don't, don't. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not, how dare you eat at a fucking fish restaurant when I have allergies? Any more so than it's wrong for me to be like, yeah, hey, have fun. I'm not going to go. I'm going to fucking go hit up Burger King instead. There's nothing wrong with that. Be honest. Be open. Right? Hey, baby, you know what? I don't want you to be a stripper. I'm not trying to be controlling. It just feels like you're cheating. It feels like cheating to me. So if that's something you really want to do, I wish you the best of luck. I love you, and I hope your next partner is more open-minded than I am. Done. Darius Munchausen. Now, this dude has one of the coolest fucking names on all of YouTube, right? The bonus is, it's not that difficult to find his channel. Now, I thought he had more subs than that. That is criminal. Guys, this is absolutely criminal. Darius is a fantastic guy. Absolutely fucking cool as shit. Fun to talk to. And if you're not subscribed to him, then you're failing at YouTube. Right? This guy is absolutely one of my favorite people to hang out with. He does some awesome streams, and his streams get good numbers, right? 300, 200, and these are good numbers for streams, right? He streams pretty regularly, about once, twice a month, I think. He's sitting at 300 subs. YouTube. Shame on you. See, generally, you should get like 10 to 25% of your subscribers watching your videos. So he's pulling in 200-300 subs, or 200-300 videos, 200 or 300 views a video. So he should have 1,200 to 3,000 subs, right? Let's say 1,000 to 3,000 subs is what the numbers he's pulling views wise. You fuckers aren't subscribing. Like, I pull in 500-600 views, and I've got shit. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm at like 9 something. 9.68. Wow. I'm gonna have to do that 10K sub thing soon. Yeah. You are absolutely failing if you're not subbed to Darius. Great streams. Now, he streams on a lot of other people's videos or channels, right? He's an active streamer. He is funny, and he always has great shit to say with good co-hosts, or co-hosts. Yeah, that's what I call splatter co-host. But I'm old, so I feel like I'm Jay Leno sometimes. Actually, I'm old. I feel like I'm Steve Allen sometimes. Anyways, speaking of the tube of you, I love my criminal stuff, right? By the way, I now got back into my horror-themed channel. I am probably going to rebrand it, change the name. But for those that used to fall asleep to listening to me read scary stories, it will be back very, very soon. I've lost a lot of subs, apparently. It's half the size of this one, and that used to be my big channel. So, but I've been gone for like a year now. I'm gonna try to start doing more crime stuff as well as paranormal, just overall, and should be back pretty soon. So with that, there's no surprise that I don't want there to be any surprise that I love true crime. I love true crime. I love horror stories. I love all this stuff, right? And that is why. Come on, don't fucking freeze on me, you fuckers. Come on. Sorry. I want to share this channel. It is a very, very new channel, right? And I don't know this person. I haven't spoken to them. They have no idea that I am even sharing this. They only have 5 videos, and they're really good quality. It is a attractive young female, which shouldn't make a difference, but sometimes it does to people.
Hey there, my name's Katie, and in this video, we're going to look at the case.
Sorry. She has a nice speaking voice. With that hair, makes me think of an elf, you know, just sticking out.
Of Clara Morova. This case is not for the faint of heart. Trigger warning, forced auto-cannibalism.
She has some clear editing skills. Her newest one, which is just a month old.
In April of 1973, June Goff approached the door of 25 Cromwell Street looking and that they pick up Rose, which they did. A police surgeon actually examined Rose, and on February 21st, Charmaine stayed stoic through it all and never letting Rose show her that she was hurting her. When Rose would yell at the girls, Charmaine of June, Rose finally decided that she'd had enough of Charmaine.
I remember our bedroom, the door was locked and the key was always at the top.
So yeah, if you like true crime and you want something new and different, please check out that channel. It is Serial Katie. I'll throw a link to her newest video in the chat. Now, I've been dragging my feet because, you know, I do that. Let's see, Cancer Small, Serial Katie, yep. All right, now, I wanted to cover this in a previous stream, but, you know, it just, timing never quite worked out. And I only scheduled one deep dive for today, which means I had technical issues and have to reshoot everything. So I would like to talk to you about Slobodan Milosevic. Now, it's no secret that I have a military background. and I'm old. So, yes, I remember this, and I had family in the military at the time, friends in the military at the time, and this was a nervous situation. For those who are unfamiliar, Slobodan Milosevic wasn't the nicest person, right? Now, Slobodan Milosevic, also, Darius, I can't believe I did not put a link to your channel. I just realized that. I put a link to her video. Damn it. I know. Yes, and let me remind everyone, you are failing if you're not subscribed. Failing. You are failing at YouTube. You're bad at the internet. Darius Munchausen, subscribe, bastards. And just more proof that Darius is intelligent. Yes. Yes, he is. That's right, Mr. Not So Nice Guy, Slobodan Milosevic. Now, I guess I got to do trigger warning, because I'm going to use words that YouTube doesn't like and cover a topic that is not a happy story. Slobodan Milosevic. See, the funny little thing about Adolf Hitler is that we somehow seem to believe that the world would never tolerate another Hitler. And no, this is not talking about current American politicians or celebrities. No, we're talking actual Hitlers. But as one of my favorite experiments, I can't believe I can't remember the name, Messlick. Anyways, they got a bunch of dudes and they're like, hey, I got a clipboard. Would you be willing to execute people with electric shocks as long as someone says it's for science? And shockingly, a lot of people would. But no, Hitler wasn't the last one. Since him, there's been a bunch of them. Many as bad as he was, although not all quite as successful. One of these little clones of a German leader had the funny name of Slobodan Milosevic, which seems like it ought to be a vaudevillian evil landlord. However, in all actuality, he was very evil, but not that funny. You know, like Saturday Night Live. Not funny. So Slobodan was the son of a preacher man. Son of a preacher man. Although, some might think it surprising that he was, given his later behavior. However, I married a preacher's daughter, or a priest, Mormon priest's daughter, and yeah, doesn't surprise me. Anyways, he was a communist living in Yugoslavia throughout the Cold War, which is a pretty good time to be a communist, you know, in Yugoslavia during the Cold War. Now, Yugoslavia was originally a bunch of crappy mountain Slavic republics, distinguished primarily by their undying hatred of each other. Now, it's nothing new. Afghanistan is a whole bunch of different tribes that don't like each other, and the British are like, ooh, we'll make them all one country. They'll be so busy fighting each other, they won't fight us. And the Russians did the same thing with Yugoslavia, right? Now, damn, dog farted. See, there's my little rescue. Right there. That's little Daisy. She is 7 pounds, but can somehow shit 30 pounds of fecal matter and fart enough to fill a fucking arena of nasty fart gas. Sorry. Anyways, all these Slavic nations with their undying hatred of each other because there are biologically insignificant variations. Oh, that's what that is. Whiskey bottle. Whiskey bottle is in the way. Ha. Their insignificant variations are really, really, really important to each other. It's a funny thing. By the way, I absolutely love the fact that you have a Serbian fry cook in your background. By the way, you're more than welcome to jump on if you can. Now, you probably memorized the factoid that World War I began. See, it's actually the world to end all wars. Although apparently, when you have a second one, you got to change the name. Memorize the fact that it began with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, which apparently was like some shitty fucking pop band as well, figuring that it would come in handy if you were ever on Jeopardy. Although, what you may not know is that Ferdinand, heir apparent to the Austrian-Hungarian nobleman, sorry. You may have memorized the factoid that World War I was started by Franz Ferdinand being assassinated. But what you didn't realize is that Ferdinand was the heir apparent to the Austrian-Hungarian nobleman who was killed in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, by Serbian nationalists who were pissed over previous grievances and believed, despite all evidence to the contrary, that Serbia had some sort of manifest destiny to attain. That's right. I know it seems shocking that the country that is full of ISIS also sucked 100 years ago, 108 years ago now. Now, after the war, the lines of various nations were redrawn, and Serbia became the leading component of Yugoslavia, which annoyed the Croatians and the Macedonians, who believed they were much more deserving of this honor. This state of affairs lasted for about 10 minutes. Well, let's be fair, that's an exaggeration. It wasn't 10 minutes after World War I. It's like 15, 20 minutes before World War II. Right? Yeah. Man, I sure hope my school doesn't, my alma mater doesn't catch this, so take away my history degree. So, World War II, we got to reconfigure the whole fucking weird-ass country again. Now, Marshal Tito led a communist revolution that ended with Yugoslavia carefully parceled into a confederacy of republics, a list from which Serbia was notably absent. Now, Tito had cleverly decided to thwart the manifest destiny by carving Serbia up into bite-sized chunks and distributing them into different provinces in order to diffuse their political influence. I sent an invite, Darius, if you want to join. But if you want to join. If you don't want to, then, don't. I mean, or if you can't or whatnot. Now, ironically, communism in practice ended up being a far more effective vehicle for the glorification of individual leaders than other political systems, such as democracy, despite what you would think from looking at them on paper. When Marshal Tito died after 35 years in power, the system threatened to collapse and the country immediately began falling apart. As the government tried to recoup from the loss of its figurehead, Slobodan was busy ingratiating himself with the ethnic Serbs, who were by now quite understandably fed up with how things were being run in this godforsaken hellhole of a country, which that's slightly understate it. See, I was in Yugoslavia back when it was still a country. Yeah, I was mostly spending my time in Czechoslovakia back when that was a country, but yeah. Oh, by the way, for people that don't remember, because I say this probably every stream, most of my childhood was spent in Europe before the wall came down. So yeah, Cold War Europe was my childhood. And yeah, that probably does explain quite a bit about me. Now, Milosevic was able to pull together a socialist Serbian republic from the ashes of Tito's communist Yugoslavia in 1989. And they elected him president. Now, after a few successful forays into ethnic rabble-rousing, Slabo began inciting Serbians to bigger and better acts of violence, rioting, and mayhem that allowed Milosevic and the Serbians to seize power incrementally, bit by bit by bit. And it culminated in the early 1990s when Bosnia, Croatia, and Slovenia split off from what was left of Yugoslavia. Now, that might sound like a bad thing for Slavo, but no, that meant all of his opposition made their own parties and left him to be head asshole at Yugoslavia. Now, the Serbs in Bosnia, a little less than a third of the population, they didn't like the split very much, which, I get it. They revolted. With assistance from Serbia, they succeeded in overthrowing the country's Muslim majority. Kosovo, a somewhat autonomous ethnic Albanian region within Serbia territory. By the way, Albania, actually a pretty cool place to go with great food. Shockingly great food. No lie. Demanded complete independence, a demand to which Milosevic responded with a very, very cordial and polite, "Fuck you, bitches. By the way, you're not autonomous anymore." So then things became ugly. By the way, thank you for throwing up the comments. If someone else wants to jump in, you can. Yes. But then things became slightly ugly. He began a campaign under a very subtle designation. It's a very friendly term that isn't as friendly as it sounds, actually. Ethnic cleansing. Which I know. Who hates cleaning, right? Nothing wrong with a little cleansing. Am I right? Ethnic cleansing. Oh, so is that like when you use Fabuloso instead of Mean Green? No, actually, it's purifying by eliminating entire groups of people. You know, genocide. So yeah, it's not using Fabuloso to clean the drapes. Although I like Fabuloso. I don't like it on fabrics. I know the color is supposed to make it cool, but no. Mean Green's better. Color doesn't. Sorry. Rambling Dr. A rambles. Anyways, driving out all the Muslims and Albanians living there. Now, the Muslims people were kind of okay with. The Albanians, not so much. Now, you got to look at the location and the history. You see, the Muslims had their own genocide a few generations before. World War I kind of got everyone distracted from that. But, you know, with no more wars, world wars going on, a Cold War, gave people some free time to remember previous genocides and go, well, they genocided us, let's genocide them. No. The answer is never genocide. Ever. Okay. If you're taking a test and the question is, what do you never fucking do? Genocide. Then answers the question of what's fucking awful. But yeah, when it comes to, hey, I got a solution, no problem. No. Genocide doesn't fix nothing. So hundreds of villages burned to the ground. Mass executions of Albanians and Muslim. In fact, Angelina Jolie made a movie about this, about a love story that takes place during this time period. That is beautiful, touching, a great movie. It's like the land of milk and titties, or milk, honey, and titties. I don't know. There's a really fucking gorgeous, beautiful Muslim woman. She's not like Kim Kardashian's or a supermodel. She's like a real person. And what makes her so beautiful is, her facial expression and her eyes. She's just fantastic. The movie is heartbreaking. It shows both sides of a difficult topic. She did a fantastic job on this movie. I would advise you to go watch it. Trigger warning still in effect. There are some forced. That is correct. There are some forced copulations in the movie, and there are some ethnic cleansing in the movie, and that can trigger you. So please do not watch a movie about ethnic cleansing if you're sensitive about forced copulation and murders and awful brutalities, because it doesn't shy away from how awful shit was. But it's a beautiful story. It's touching, and I found myself emotional while watching it sober. Anyways, all these villages burned down, mass executions. Now, some weren't killed. Maybe they were lucky, maybe not. They were marched to the border, Baton Death March style, and expelled into concentration camps and tortured. Geneva Convention rules designed to protection of non-combatants and rescue personnel and wounded were, ignored, because doctors and patients were rounded up by the military and tortured as well and executed. The Serbian military appropriated their garb and gear to disguise themselves as Red Cross and Red Crescent workers in order to hide from NATO air raids, which is now I have some friends that were deployed over there, and the biggest complaint from the United States military that was over there, of those that I've interacted with, is their hands weren't tied. Their hands were handcuffed, their legs were shackled, and they were stuck in a burlap sack. There are all these horrible fucking things, and you couldn't do nothing about it. The military veterans of that situation, they generally blame this on the current president, the then current president, being a coward and a draft dodger and no balls. I just hate the guilt that people have for watching awful things happen and not being able to help. Non-Serbian women were separated from men and put into special camps where they were forced copulation in groups. The victims included everyone from, think of someone in their 60s, think of your grandmother, possibly, or your mother, to middle school aged. These forced copulation events were organized by the military in camps, but if someone were particularly appealing and someone was particularly special and granted extra benefits, they could take those specific victims to a hotel so that they could shower afterwards while the next special person in line. But let's not, let's not pretend that's the only time, because on roadsides you would see it, because they had, as people were fleeing, go, "Oh, I'm sorry, your papers? Tell you what, he's going to check the papers. I'm going to search this one." By the way, 8 people with rifles. Just ignore that your wife or daughter or mother or sister is just on the side of the road right now. Over 1 million people were displaced from their homes, and at least tens of thousands of bodies were unceremoniously dumped in mass graves. At least. We still don't have a good, fair, accurate number. To further thwart those few who somehow survived all this and still might think about returning to this country eventually, their vital records and identity papers were destroyed. That means several things to benefit them. I know. I actually know victims of this awful event, and I know soldiers who've witnessed the victims of the atrocity. And yeah, it's sorry. Whew, it's a rough one, isn't it? Anyways, while destroying the records of people, it multiple benefits. These fuckers will never be able to come back because they don't exist. They're not real people anymore. Also, when you're trying to count up the dead and the victims, yeah, show me who. Oh, you can't. They don't exist. Made up numbers. While this went on, the world sat by and quietly pondered the concept of making sure there would never be another Hitler. Right? From 1995 to 1996, leaders of the Slavic republics were marched into a room at gunpoint by United Nations. I'm sorry, that's an exaggeration. The leaders of all these Slavic countries were invited to a banquet and asked very, very nicely, would you please, pretty please stop all this horrible atrocities? Yeah. Somebody was slightly more distracted with dismantling the United States military and funneling money to your brother-in-law through Travelgate than focus on an actual Hitler. Anyways, the end result was a great solution, right? See, Yugoslavia was reformed as a loose confederation of republics, right? See, The problem was Serbia is doing all this bad shit, right? But Kosovo and Bosnia, Herzegovina, fucking Macedonia, all these people, they're not the bad people. So we'll make them all one country again. See, when all these motherfuckers left, it gave Slobodan Milosevic all the power because his opponents left. So we force them all back into a country against their fucking wills, and then it won't just be him running everything. They'll have to have an election. So, guess who they elected? That's right. Slobodan Milosevic was elected. Now, why? Because his campaign was I gotta get the year right. Uh, 1453. Got it. Slobodan Milosevic, his entire campaign consisted of 1453, which is the date of the Muslim genocide. So the Muslims, well, their country doesn't exist. They're split into like blah, blah, blah. So they have no voting power. And the Christians, they're like, you know what? We're getting fucking free land. Like all these businesses and shit, they're fucking, my buddy just fucking he was given a bakery. Yeah, just, hey, your bakery now. Like we're doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, it sucks that, our Muslim friends are getting shit on, but you know what? 1453, they did kind of deserve it, right? Not what I believe. That's the argument. That's how he got elected. Good job, NATO. Way to prove your worth. So the cleansing resumed. But the Serbs were starting to become weary of Slavo, right? They actually started protesting, right? See, you're going to march them to camps, or you're going to march them away. I'm sure everything's fine. It's not like people are getting killed. If people are getting killed, NATO would fucking say something. They can't prove anyone's getting killed. Probably because they can't prove those people exist, but and things are going better. Yeah. See, they're just moving them out of this place and they're sending them. They're taking all the Albanians and they're taking all the Muslims and they're just fucking sending them to Turkey. They're sending them away. They're taking them away. They don't come back because they're going to other countries. Oh shit, those other countries are now part of this country? And they're all gone? Wait. I thought they were sending all the Albanians to Macedonia and sending all the Muslims to Turkey. Wait a minute. You're telling me the country's back together and those people are, we don't know. Oh. Womp, womp, womp. So, by this time, it's been passed on to another United States president, though. Right? See, NATO started bombing the country. Yep. And Slobodan Milosevic got voted out of office. Now, he did try a coup, but finally bailed out after everybody in the entire world, including the Yugoslavian population, decided, no, fuck you. No, we didn't know we were taking Hitler's side. No. We don't like Hitler. Hitler bad. Now, this can be twisted and made to be like defending Hitler. But that makes you a liar, disingenuous, and a bastard. Right? See, I grew up in West Germany. Well, I grew up in Europe, and a lot of that was West Germany. And people were like, my grandfather swears he didn't know they were being killed. He just thought they were being shipped off to Poland. Should they have known better? Yes. But come on. We all know people with kids. Or we had parents ourselves. The shit we get away with and the shit those kids get away with, never underestimate the power of deniability. You don't want to believe someone you love is capable of fucking doing bad shit. So you let people fucking slip by with stuff like, sure it seems that way, but my Johnny would never. Oh, my Isabel would never. Oh, my Shaniqua would never. My Jose never. Yeah. All cultures, all races, all religions, all of them. Your kids, they do shit you don't like. Just like you did that shit behind your parents' back. Yeah, your kids are doing the same or worse. So anyways, in 2000, Slobodan voted out of office, tried that coup, and everyone's like, fuck you. 2001, he is remaindered to the International War Crimes Tribunal in The Hague, along with various members of the Serbian military and political leadership, where his trial is ongoing. Testimony at the trial has not cleared up the question of just how much responsibility Milosevic carries for the atrocities perpetrated during his watch, but it is estimated to be somewhere between a fuck ton and a whole fucking giant metric fuck ton, or all of it. Like, we're talking 90 to 100%. Your fucking fault, asshole. Fuck you, by the way. The issue of blame in the specifically legal sense is obscured by the fact that, a lot of outside contractors did the slaughtering, right? Also, a lot of people, you can't prove they actually ever existed. Milosevic decided to defend himself against the 66 charges of war crimes, which includes official charges ordering the displacement of 800,000 Albanians. Funny how the Muslims don't quite have numbers. Looting, destruction, massacres of a dozen fucking towns and cities. Non-Serbians living in Croatia were tortured, and by the way, they were non-Serbians because they had no proof of citizenship. Torture, destruction of churches, mosques, more charges for mass slaughter in Bosnia. See, he actually got a formal charge of genocide for Bosnia. Now, he wouldn't even recognize the proceedings, wouldn't enter a plea, which meant it drug everything out. And it's like, well, but you have to. No, I don't. Fuck you. I don't recognize your authority. But we're NATO. Yeah, I don't care. Right? Now, semi-legitimate, the United States, being an example, demanded and received exemptions from tribunals. So he used that as semi-legitimate exemptions were given to the United States, among other countries, but I'm going to focus on the U.S. And that was how Slobodan was like, nope, I don't recognize it. Now, for the illusion of international lawfulness, Slobodan changed his mind and began representing himself. And that's how he pretty much, he's the butcher of the Balkans, right? Timeline. March 2002, during his trial at the International War Crimes Tribunal, He questions Dr. Patrick Ball about the relationship with the hacking group Cult of the Dead Cow. Yes, he tried to fucking discredit someone using the Cult of the Dead Cow. He deposed the president, or the deposed president dies in a prison cell from cancer. It seems odd, right? Like, this is not a conspiracy theory at all. There was no fucking way he could defend the shit he did. He was wrong. He was guilty. He was guilty as fuck. He decided, fuck it, ain't no way I'm getting out of this. So let me use this as an opportunity to go after other motherfuckers who are powerful for awful shit they do, allegedly. And then he ended up getting cancer suddenly and dying extremely fast. Not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. He actively chose to start trying to discredit people. And then he died of cancer. And he died of cancer extremely quickly. Coincidence? Fact? Conspiracy theory? I'm only saying what happened. I draw your own conclusions. I will never mourn a fucking monster like Slobodan Milosevic being dead. If he was murdered, good. If he dies of cancer, good. If he's executed, good. Don't give a shit. Whatever happened to him, I hope it hurt. Now, that is a fucking lot of negative, bad mojo. So, we're going to jump on something positive and happy and friendly. You know what? We might actually need two things. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do three things. Now, I have some predilections that are good and wholesome and loving. Now I gotta turn the camera off. Don't worry. I'm still here. Now, I know you have not seen Panda lately. Anyone that's curious, no, I didn't get rid of him. The problem is, he has a lazy boy right there, off camera. So, he chills. Now, I know the bed. And there's a computer chair, right? But many of you may not remember. Dude, your belly's showing. Aw. Sorry. I know you didn't expect to be on camera. Come on. Dude. Come on, perk up. Some of you may not realize that my co-host on the fantastic and amazing Hollywood Morgue Sorry, I shouldn't say he's my co-host. I am his co-host and guest on the Hollywood Morgue. It is his podcast on the Splattervision channel. Great content, great channel. Granted, I'm not saying I have to say that, but I don't want him to fire me. No, he moved in with me. He has been my roommate, my house guest, and my assistant on dealing with that one right there. Little Daisy. Anyways, yes, I actually sleep in my office now. He sleeps in my bedroom. Great kid, love him to death. But he generally sits in this chair when we watch TV or whatnot. So Panda has been fucking rocking out in the lazy boy. But I would like to share some happy, positive shit on the way out before we close out this stream. Boom. Panda. I know. I had to take the camera away from him because he gets excited, right? Oh. There we go. I fucking love my pandas. I love pandas. And that's part of why me and Panda found each other. You know, he's driven cross country with me. Well, I drove cross country. He joined me. Right? So, come on. ipanda.com. Yeah, I'm not doing the mukbang thing. Fuck a bunch of that. I mean, how is this not the cutest fucking thing ever? Unbelievable. Cute as shit. If you don't love pandas, then, you know, I question you. But also, I gotta warn you. Oh yeah, trigger warning still going, but you know what? No, we're taking trigger warning off for this. Because if this bothers you, you're not a real person. And if you are a real person, then I don't want to know you. Although, no breathing issues, but there might be some allergy-related issues to this story. By allergy, I mean you might get a little lump in your throat, your eyes might water, your nose might run. Because I'm not crying. You're crying. A little boy's stuffed panda was rescued from frozen canal. And he didn't think people would care. Everyone knows Santa's favorite red-nosed reindeer knows how to fly. Unfortunately, his namesake, a beloved... His beloved, or his namesake, Rudolph, a beloved stuffed toy, a stuffed baby toy. Let's emphasize, it's not just a reindeer. No, this is a fawn. This is a baby reindeer. Did not know how to fly. Oh, it's terrible. Nico found out the hard way while on a walk with his mom, Brenda Duke, and siblings, 2-year-old Santiago and 6-year-old Sebastian. Now again, Nico is 4, which means mommy's popping him out every 2 years. Hell yeah. Right? 2-year-old Santiago, little one, and 6-year-old Santiago, or Sebastian, big one, which makes Nico the middle one that everyone shits on. Well, not Nico specifically, just as a general rule. Middle children get shit on. Little brother Santiago decided to test his arm strength by throwing Stuffy over the railing next to Ottawa's Rideau Canal. Now, oh shit, you can't see the pictures. Fuck it. I'll show him in a minute. Unable to retrieve his buddy, Nico and his family returned to visit him again. He wasn't too hard to find, but damn. So it started snowing, and then you couldn't even see him anymore, just a bump. And that's when Sebastian came up with an idea, right? He urged his mom to reach out to neighbors, see if anyone might be able to help retrieve Rudolph. Now, I know the skeptic in me is like, yeah, the mom thought of it, but give credit to the 6-year-old. Why would the 6-year-old think of it? You know what? Maybe the 6-year-old did. Don't care. It's a good fucking story. Right? Now, the mom was like, I don't know, I don't want to bother anyone. Maybe. And that's when the 4-year-old said, I don't think anyone would care. And the 6-year-old says, well, it won't hurt to post it. Right? If anyone happens to see a stuffy reindeer when the canal opens, my kids will be grateful. And then showed a picture of the canal with a circle on it, right? Toddler brother threw it in. It's unlikely. It'll be buried. My 6-year-old asked me, they come visit it on our daily walks now. It's the little mound you see. Now, this is Canada, where you're allowed, at least during that time. Possibly not anymore. I don't know. Not Canadian. But you're allowed a once-a-day walk. Daisy. That tail going. Yeah, she was doing that. Having a bad dream. I don't like dogs. But I got a rescue. I had nowhere else to go. And I don't care your stance on animals. If you take one into your home, you damn well better treat it good. Sorry. My little rant. Now, because the internet is wholesome as fuck sometimes, a mission to rescue Rudolph was quickly mounted, right? Yeah. A stuffed baby deer was going to be saved, right? And yes, in the twinkling of one vigilante crew fucking reindeer, or of one Vigilante crew member's eye, Rudolph, the reindeer, was rescued. That's right. Oh, yeah. In a world rife with all this fucking negative, right? So much hatred, so much negativity, so much, I don't like what political party you join, so I'm going to send armed police officers to your house. Good for you. A little kid lost his stuffed animal. And boom. Jesus Christ. I mean, is there a better look at that? The 2-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old. By the way, you can't see her face, but she must be a very pretty lady because she has 3 beautiful, beautiful children. And just to double down, look at this shit. After several hours, Jesus Christ, after several hours of relentless searching, our courageous Gateway team saved a stuffed baby deer from a most tragic end. He's now safe and sound while he defrosts. Look at that. Oh. Oh. And this is the original tweet. If anyone happens to see a stuffy reindeer, I believe it's actually a fawn. Once a canal opens, my kids would be grateful. Toddler brother threw it in. I know it's unlikely since they clear snow, so it would be even more buried. My 6-year-old asked me to post here. Laughy face. They come to visit on our daily walks now. It's the little mound you see. Oh. So, back in 1963, when I was a small child, my parents bought me a stuffed animal, a very large stuffed animal that was much bigger than me. He's not quite as tall as Panda, but pretty damn close. I'd say he's 3 foot tall. And his name is Bobby. Now, Bobby wasn't one of a kind, just like there are other pandas that look like my panda. By the way, my panda's name is Al. But he goes by Panda. That's his last name. Some of us go by our last names, all right? Tom Brady. When people go, Brady, he responds. Shit, my brother responds to his last name. Those of us who've been in the military, we respond to our last name. Right? It's a thing. But Panda, if you want to know his first name, is Al. Now, we were at a store in Nuremberg. No, we lived in Nuremberg, and we traveled all the way to Wiesbaden. So we're at a store all the way in Wiesbaden, and I see Bobby. I see Bobby in the fucking display of a store. Fuck no. No. What the fuck? No. Fuck you. I want Bobby. We left Bobby at home. You said it'd be okay. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck everything. Bobby. I want Bobby. No, Bobby's at home. No, I see Bobby right now. I'm a little kid. Itty bitty one. I'm not hearing it. I'm just... Now, you have a choice. You either buy a new Bobby so I can have him, or you deal with screaming, or you go home. Now, there's two versions of this story. First of all, we were poor. I'm still poor, but we were poor then. And there was no way we could buy it. We were splurging taking this trip. So, my mother implies that we went home. My father implies that we didn't. We dealt with me being a fucking pain in the ass for a while until everyone was pissed off, and then went home. Yeah. Now, Bobby is at my mother's house right now. I saw Bobby just the other day. Bobby is good. Bobby had an incident at the airport where they were very rough with him, and he had some damage, and he had to get some surgery, and he's been fixed. And he doesn't look the same way he did before, but yes, 40-year-old stuffed animal, still got him. Now, my ex-wives, some are the devil, but some are much, much worse. I say that partially in jest. There's a real possibility one of my ex-wives will watch this and congratulate me and compliment me, because she is fantastic when she's not married to me. And she probably compliments me as, you know what, you're all right. A lot of stuff I like about you. Holy fuck, I would never be married to you again. You're the worst ever. But good qualities other than being married to me. Fuck a bunch of that. She is a great wife to her new husband, though. She was just a terrible wife to me. And I might not have been a great husband to her. We're great friends, though. Different ex-wife. She has this fucking teddy bear. She got it in the 70s. And she has carried it everywhere. Now, there's a lot of specific things that she has, but this one pertains to the topic. My ex-wife, she stole everything that I own. She signed for household goods, military household goods, she had no ability to. She did it. They allowed it to happen. And she stole everything I fucking own. My uniforms, my coins, my ribbons, an urn of a loved one. My baby pictures, everything. Stole it. Now, years later, there was an incident. She was not able to pay a storage bill. I was able to take what was in the storage unit. And I have slowly gone through the boxes. And I have not found my medals. I have not found my uniforms. I have not found an urn of ashes. I have not found my coins. I have not found my baby pictures. I have not found the baby pictures of my children from previous marriages. But I haven't gone through everything yet. Now, as I go through, I come across her stuffed animals. They are dry. They are wrapped. They are boxed. They are in a safe and secure and environmentally controlled place, as are all pictures of you and everything that has emotional value. Even things I bought for you. I am storing everything. I have to pay for a storage unit, a nice one, an environmentally controlled one, for your stuff. Because I still can't find my baby pictures. I still can't find my dress uniforms. I still can't find anything that had emotional value to me. The more boxes I open, the more I think you destroyed them or threw them away. I'm not going to do that. I won't be you. Bobby is safe. I can see Bobby anytime I want. And I know I should bring Bobby home, but Panda, I mean, I need to stabilize my home, get things arranged, and, improve some stuff. But ex-wife's stuffed animal is safe. Because just like that little boy's Rudolph, just like my Bobby, just like my ex-wife's M&M bear, it takes a horrible fucking monster to destroy love. And a child's love with their stuffed animal, with their blanket, or whatever it is, every child has that thing. Every child should have that thing. All of my kids had a thing. that love is more important than any anger you could ever imagine. So yeah, after reading that horrible story about war crimes and atrocities, message someone you love. Hug your comfort. So much evil in the world, and a whole community come together to fucking help a child with a fucking stuffed reindeer. Gives me hope. I hope it gives you hope. I am so very sorry that the first stream was terrible. And second stream's probably not much better, but technically no issues. Just me. You are loved. No matter what fucking bullshit drama you can think of. There are people that love you. There are people that fucking care about you. My soldier, one of my soldiers, not going to say her name, she had one of hers take their life. And soldiers committing suicide is terrible. And I wish it was new. I'm going to see if, alright, did not say his name. Alright. I will not say the soldier's name who brought this to me. The fallen soldier is from Fort Drum. So if you can all give some love and some prayers for the soldier, their family, and their military family. It hurts. But it's not a new thing. So please, reach out to loved ones. You are loved. You may not feel like it. A soldier from Fort Drum did not feel loved. And they took their life. Now, I don't know if they think when they're fellow soldiers. I don't know if, I'm assuming they did not expect that one of my soldiers would have contacted me last night, hurting, because they lost one of theirs. The soldier remembers that I lost one of mine, and when I'm hurting, I hope I remember to reach out to one of mine that has lost one of theirs. And I hope we can all circle together, because if you're hurting and you think no one cares, I promise you, you are loved. People fucking care. If you make that decision to do that, it hurts a lot of people. So please, try to think of us. And try to get some help. You don't feel loved? Neither do I. You are loved. And I'm sure someone would tell me I am too. And I'll probably believe them about as much as you believe me.